Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. Welcome to Canal Park, where we have another 1v1 with Professor versus Q. Let's go through what they are playing as. We have Q as the Waffen-SS without a commander yet. Q tends to pick a commander later, as I've come to notice. And we have Professor as United States Armor Company straight out the gate. Let's see how that will turn out for them. Now, Canal Park is one of those new 1v1 maps that's been made by the community, I'm pretty sure. And I've seen it pop up a few times now, so it's cool to see. Somewhere in the Netherlands, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, and those VS are gonna be in big trouble because those Tomb Pioneers got in a good position very early. So those VS are definitely taking losses already, thanks to the shots from these Tomb Pioneers. Being very accurate with their rifles. Americans are getting riflemen out though. I do think these variations should be utilized to capture territory. But looks like the Storm Pioneers are moving up to also cause problems with that. They're moving back behind cover. They might be aiming to try and kill that rear echelon quickly if they can. No, they're trying. Oh, they destroyed the sandbags. Okay. But they can still move up behind cover there. And those rear echelon need to get out of there, I think. We have more American riflemen coming up nearby. Americans will be able to get the numbers early on to deal with these SS troops. Needs to get behind cover there. Good to see. You generally want to move up with cover. Well, the card is getting destroyed by the bullets bit by bit. But as the Germans lose troops in their squads, they will get more vulnerable. That said, those Storm Pioneers are being very, very accurate. All right, coming to the field, but it's not looking good for the Americans here. There's also a Kugelwagen coming in. Looks like the Americans are making a run for it. Looks like the Waffen-SS won the initial engagements here. And at last, surviving Storm Pioneer running back. Kugelwagen is now on the field. Mobile suppression platform available for the Waffen-SS. And most German factions, I believe. Need to get all this troops sealed up.
Rifle squad ready for action.
So the Kugelwagen will be an overwatch here. In an ambush position. Okay, which is why it spawned bushes, if you were wondering, which I think is a little bit of an awkward thing. But we now have 4 American rifleman squads on the field. That's a lot of potential rifle fire. Storm Grenadiers have arrived for Q though. Basic experienced infantry for the Waffen-SS. They're only pretty competent and probably some of the best base infantry you can get of any faction, but they're also very costly because of that. Storm Grenadiers will be able to take the fight to most other factions' infantry very easily at long range. Storm Pioneers laying sandbags and quickly behind them. That's going to allow them to win that engagement, I think. But the Americans are throwing a pineapple. And they're pulling further back. That's good to see. The longer range they are, the better they will do against American infantry. You generally want to use range to your advantage if you're playing as the Germans against the Americans. More American riflemen are coming up. But the Storm Grenadiers are going to be on the path to intercept. Kugelwagen has to be a lot of places by the looks of it. More American riflemen pushing up here. Great assaults going out. Ooh, an American smoke down out in the open there because of it. Don't underestimate the Storm Pioneers. These guys are very accurate. And that's another American rifleman squad. I'm pretty sure. Yep. Americans are suffering very heavy losses here. That's the power of the Waffen-SS early if you know how to utilize them. They can be an exceptionally lethal force that can move around.
We're losing a capture point.
So I'm going to be sitting up behind this little memorial type of thing.
What is complete?
Need to see what the Germans decide to do next. The Americans have suffered heavy losses. They need to think of a new plan. Meanwhile, the other Storm Pioneers are coming onto the field now again. We also have a tech up going on for the Waffen-SS. He's trying to get close enough to use a grenade assault, I think. But he cancelled it. Looks like the Americans are just pulling further away. Yeah, it's not looking good for Professor here. The Waffen-SS has been very aggressive. He seems to be a very good and aggressive Waffen-SS player. Laying a telemine here on the road. German anti-tank mine that will only get triggered by vehicles. Generally very reliable and very good. Kuhlwagen needs to be cautious. Yes, that's... yeah, Kuhlwagen down. That was a lot of rifle fire on him in a short amount of time. But grenade assault going out. That's not good for those Americans. Oh! That was painful. And now the Storm Pioneers going in for the kills. They were trying to go for the rifle with the BAR. It looks like trying to do that focus might just allow all the American infantry to get out of there. It looks like the Waffen-SS is still doing pretty good here at holding this junction in the city. Germany is flanking the rear echelon now. Jeep coming up for the United States. Also might be a 30 cal Jeep. Yeah, that's a 30 cal Jeep, I'm pretty sure. Now, Americans are starting to arm the rifle with BARs, which will improve their combat effectiveness a lot. And Jeep will also allow the Americans to have some more mobile suppression. Second Sturm Grenadier coming out for the Waffen-SS.
Combat unit ready.
Gotta get them a little bit more units to work with. Very costly units, but Q has done a lot of a good job early on to afford it, I think. Already arming one of them with an LMG-42. Gonna give them a lot of stationary, long-range firepower. Other units not been upgraded yet. And with their Kar-98s, they might not need it. Because they are very accurate troops. Americans are coming up through the open here. Mine was never laid, that's a problem. They've been suppressed, which is going to allow the Americans to push up easily. There might be a dead Sturm Grenadier. Yeah, Sturm Grenadier squad down, that's a big loss. The Waffen-SS needs to be very cautious with their troops, because if they lose them, they're very hard to replace. Command Steward coming out, eventually playing as armor company. Allows all your officers to be vehicle-based as the United States. Pretty handy. Americans are securing an often part of the Canal Park here again. And the Storm Pioneers will not have any anti-tank capabilities. So that's... well, he can get Panzer Strikes, but that's a very costly investment. We have a Pak 40 coming out and an MG42 alongside the logistics upgrade coming out for the Waffen-SS. That's going to allow Q to probably get a lot more resource to work with, and a little bit more of a defensive position, hopefully. Meanwhile, Professor is going to have to work very hard with this Steward. More mines coming up, good to see. Cancel the mines that were trying to be laid there and laying them there. One telemine will definitely blow up a Command Steward, no problem. It might actually be overkill in a Jeep, in all fairness.
Anti-tank battery is ready for
Yeah, it's the Pak 40 arriving on the battlefield. Still no commander choice. It's being very cautious. Because the Storm Pioneers heard it and are relocating. Get in a bit of firing position. But they're being suppressed immediately by the 30 cal. More mines being laid by the Waffen-SS. Command Steward coming up, the Storm Pioneers have to get out of there. Pak 40 setting up. Oh, it has... yeah, keep down. Good shit there from the Pak, but it does reveal it, and that means the Command Steward can be a little bit more cautious, I think. There's a mine. Let's not know there's a mine there.
armor ready. Crew ready. Area's ours.
Panzerfaust being equipped with the Storm Grenadiers.
Armor here.
So it has to be very cautious. They do know there's a Pak 40. Pak 40 cannot see it though from that angle. And this is allowing the Americans to get a little bit more territory to work with. They've actually taken over both munitions points. That's a big deal. Munitions can be very important in Spearhead, in my opinion. It allows you to upgrade your troops a lot. And default 2 established up here. Can barely reach there. Storm Grenadier is actually the only thing that can threaten the Stuart down here. I use the side blockers to block the Panzerfaust. And default 2 opening up. That's gonna rip those Americans in half. And default 2 is a very lethal weapon. Artillery going in. Looks like it's 81mm mortar. Good smoke rate there from the Americans. So needs to be very careful. Panzerfaust going out. Ooh, destroyed the engine and it has to be abandoned. They're recruited by looks of it, so they're just using it as a turret right now. Second pack coming up. Vertical coming up for the United States here. That MG42 might be in trouble, depending on the angle. Yeah, MG42 is already trying to get out of there. We actually might be going to try and repair the Stuart here. But the pack is quickly relocating. Pineapple going in on the Storm Pioneers. Storm Pioneers down here, meanwhile just entirely pinned. A pack is setting up to fire here, and it has a clear shot. And that's its command, Stuart. But using it as a turret would deny it to the Germans. That's good to see. They got coming out for the Germans behind us. And the Americans are securing most of the southern flank now. Looks like the lieutenant is being recalled off the field, but he's running a very weird way. That's probably resulting in his death. Yep. But the German fuel has been denied right now. A double pack for the Germans. That's definitely going to help them deal with American armor. Second command Stuart called into the battlefield. Cut-off point has been secured now by the United States. Packs are utilizing the high explosive shells. Already killing one squad up here. One American rifleman calling in to replace them. Vertical is waiting down here on the road. Has to be very careful.
A capture point is under attack.
The Germans are moving very quickly to recapture their territory.
We got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
Stormtroopers arriving here for the Waffen-SS. Better troops you can buy, or well, actually elite troops you can get if you're playing as any Waffen-SS commander from the second headquarter building. Pretty good, pretty powerful squads. Very expensive though. It looks like we got the third rifleman coming out for the United States here. You need infantry squad available to use armor. Very good at supporting vehicles, kind of what their job is. Generally, it's just a better rifleman squad, in my own opinion.
Rifle squad ready for action.
Stuart has pulled back. There is a pack looking at it. Got a good shot there from the pack. That's Stuart. First of the third rifle infantry coming onto the field here. And be armed with a lot of various good equipment. Oh, they're being moved down in the open there. We also have a commander choice now for the Waffen-SS. It's Panzerjäger. So this is the anti-tank commander that's essentially specifically made, I think, to counter heavier tanks. Or tank-focused commanders. Allows your Stormtroopers to get Panzerfaust, something they don't normally get. Yeah, and Springfield sniper rifle coming out for the 3rd Infantry. Command Sherman coming onto the field. 30 kills relocating. Probably a good decision, all things considering. You can also arm your Sturm Grenadiers with Sturm Gewehrs if you're playing as Panzerjäger. Surprisingly good upgrades. Makes them a lot potent than most ranges. Oh, good shots there with the LMG42 on the 30 cal. 30 cals to get out of there. That might be too late at this point. Third infantry is nearby though. And command Sherman shows itself. American mortar nearby, but that might get hit by grenades here if the Germans pay attention. Oh, but it looks like we have a Sherman going for the Storm Pioneers. The Storm Pioneers have no AT weapons at the moment. White Force first shot misses though. We also have an officer arriving for the Waffen-SS and Untersturmführer to direct the front line. Sherman has to be very cautious. There's still packs about. Third Riflemen have detected the pack. And these are very good squads, so they should be cautious of them. Pack is gonna get a good flanking shot here. Good shot there, ram in the turret. And the Sherman does get out of range though. Force the pack to have to run. But more German troops are coming up to deny them. That Sherman has to pull back. Now the machine guns on the Sherman is doing a good job here. Almost cutting out that Sturm Grenadier squad entirely. A2 Sherman coming up behind us for the United States. The MG42 has pushed a bit to hold the central road. Third Rifleman might go down. Oh, but looks like he gets out of there. So the Untersturmführer is moving northwards. Looks like he's going to try and secure some territory. Well, the German base could actually be threatened here. And the Sherman might actually go for it. Yeah, it's threatening the German base. That's really bad. A few good shots and that like the Fahrzeughauptquartier, and that might be a big problem. Pack is sitting up on the flank though, but it's not moving. But there's also another Sherman in the center. That's the problem. Looks like the Americans are pulling back the Sherman for now. Pack moving up to fight the A2. A2 has to pull back, but he's been dazed. Will he get out of there? I don't think it's full. Yeah, A2 down. Command Sherman still holding, but the SS troops are moving up now en masse. Using fire maneuver, but they're being shot to pieces now by the Sherman.
Supply half-track is in action. Standing by for setting up.
The SS are taking up for the third tier now.
Combat unit ready. We lost an infantry unit.
Looks like the
Got wiped out.
MG42 killed another squad. Another A2 Sherman being prepared.
Send your orders.
Panzerjäger squad arriving. SS Panzerjäger squad. Unique Panzerjäger squad available to Panzerjäger. Arrives with 2 Panzerschreck instead of 1. Overall a really good unit.
Regiment advises. Infantry ready.
Might be utilized against the command Sherman here. White Phosphorus going out. Didn't hit. That's gonna make it vulnerable to these Panzerjägers. Panzerjägers did get suppressed though. All riflemen arriving for the United States. Third infantry still waiting for new orders. A2 Sherman almost in the field. Looks like some quick mines are being laid here by the American rear echelon.
Listen up. Here's the deal.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
American mortar opening fire. Probably around the MG42. Yep.
Crew ready.
Minefield laid up here by the Americans.
Taking hit.
Germans are making an assault for the command Sherman here. Answer strikes loaded. One good shot is all it takes. I think the Americans have to evac here. Now without the Sherman, these SS infantry is just pushing up aggressively. Another A2 Sherman is on the field, but Pack is almost able to get flanking shots here. Explosive going in the MG42. Good shot, killing the crew.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
But the Americans have once again taken heavy losses. Good shot there from the Pack. That Sherman has to pull back for repairs. Second shot did not penetrate. Panzergers are moving up rapidly. Oh, miss it. Miss. And a second miss. Sherman will get out of there. But the Americans need something to repair their tanks now. They could get a repair station. But if 2 is in position. The 3rd Infantry are really good, so in time they might be able to do it, but there are a lot more Germans, and they have recruited the MG42 with stormtroopers, no less. So I think those guys need to get out of there. Oh, they were just retreating to get more men, okay. And also pack explosive miss by looks of it.
Under fire!
Oh, good shot there from the Panzer's wreck. I think that 3rd Infantry might just have to get out of there.
Button her up. Big push.
2nd Command Sherman arriving. We also have a stock F8 coming up for the Waffen-SS. A cheaper stock you can get if you're playing as Panzerjäger and a few other commanders, I'm pretty sure. And switch between armor piercing and high explosive, unlike most other stocks. They can serve as a very good anti-infantry weapon.
Excitement. Armor here. We're losing a capture point.
Germans are quickly moving to secure territory again. Oh, we also have a Waffen-SS mortar on counter barrage. I did not notice that. Try and deal with the American one. American one has some pretty good cover though, thanks to this building. Well, there's now double Shermans on the field again. If they can coordinate pretty well, they can become pretty potent. Artillery called in on the A2 Sherman. Looks like there's 75mm rapid barrage. Did not do much. F8 is on the field. Sherman on the northern flank here. Storm Pioneers do not have much to deal with that. Explosive almost kills them. Now, what is the Waffen-SS going to do as their next move is the question. Or the Americans at that. I do have a lot of stormtroopers here, and one stormtrooper squad with the MG42 moving out.
Squad, ready to move.
They have also been given Panzerfaust, so that's going to make them very potent. 30 cal sitting up here. Stormtroopers are throwing a blend copper. He's gonna flank around. That's bad for that 30 cal. He should just have retreated instantly. Yeah, because the Stormtroopers are pretty damn good at that job, as you can see. Meanwhile, Shermans are pushing up here. F8 trying to intercept. Command Sherman pushing up. Back 40 is still present to cover the center. Good shot there, killing the loader. Or injuring them, rather. Other A2s pushing up there, but there's Panzerjägers nearby. Panzerjägers have been pinned, though. That's gonna be bad ones, those troops are no longer pinned. Another F8 on the field.
Somebody get on that gun!
A2 is having a hard time penetrating the front of the Stooks. So it looks like the Germans won out that engagement pretty handily right there. That's going to be a hard one for the Americans to come back from. That's because the Americans are lacking in reliable AT options at the moment. Especially to deal with stocks. And the stocks are now being equipped with high explosive shells to deal with the infantry. Once these stocks switch target, and yeah, the high explosive rifle anti-tank gun is not gonna do much. Yeah, and high explosive right there. It's not looking good for the Americans right here. MT-42 is gonna be able to fight off these 3rd infantry with ease, I think. Fuel airdrop into the American base. Ability you can use if you're playing as US armor. Gives you a reliable way of getting fuel, essentially. But it's not looking that good for the Americans right here. Americans are taking up for the battalion, which will allow them to get heavy as Germans. And I'm not gonna lie, it's looking kind of dire. Q is really good once they can get the upper hand going, I think. Oh, Stormtroopers had replenished to full. Heavy take up going out for the Waffen-SS now. They might be going for something like Jagdpanzers later. Or other heavier weapons. Still the weapons have been upgraded on the Stormtroopers. They can be equipped entirely with MP-44s, STGs if you're wondering. Which can make them exceptionally powerful. I think Professor is hoping that he might go for an EC-8. As he has takes up fully, and that EC-8 will be able to save him. Or save them, rather. Yeah, that Panzerjäger squad has to get out of there. Panzerjägers generally you don't want to have unsupported fighting infantry. That's not what their job is. Yeah, well, the Germans are slowly securing more of the area again, and the Americans are pushing on the southern flank instead. Scavenging the Sherman wrecks, good to see. Like to give Q a few more resources to work with. MT-42 almost cleared out. There are still mines here. That's painful. And with German mortar landing around them too, that's a bad timing. Here comes all the German infantry, Stormtroopers, being equipped entirely with MP-44s. That's a lot of Sturmgewehrs. Well, looks like the Americans will get out in time with only the loss of one squad. And battalion commander, which could lead to a EC-8. No, a command 76 instead. Okay. Let's see if the command 76 is what he needs. More fuel airdrop in behind. Probably aiming for an EC-8 as the next thing then. Now he just uses the manpower, and the manpower is not gonna be that easy to get, I think, at this point. Stuk is moving up to threaten the base. But it's loaded high explosives. It doesn't have the means to stop a 76. He's pulling back immediately at that. One over penetration. There's still another Stuk here. Pack moving up too. The 76 has to be very cautious. Because the Stuks are in hold down position at the moment, which means they reload twice as fast, I think. Perhaps not twice as fast. No, they just hold facing, okay. They do reload very fast. And yep, that's the command Sherman down. And Jagdpanzer coming up behind this. That's definitely going to seal the deal. I don't think the Americans can make a comeback here, and the EC-8 is coming out though.
Standing by. Send orders.
And while the Germans are just securing more of the territory around. Yeah, I think this is kind of the end for Professor. Especially with these Stormtroopers here as well now armed with the Sturmgewehrs. And a flamethrower to Storm Pioneers. Yeah, and the Stormtroopers is just gonna shoot up everything with those rifles. But the EC-8, it could do some damage if utilized correctly, but it really comes down to the micro, I think. The EC-8 is a good tank, don't get me wrong. It's probably the pinnacle of Sherman design in the Second World War. Has more frontal armor than the Stug, actually. And a much better gun and has rapid fire. Oh, hit the wreck though, that's not good. Great assault going over there. Good to there from the Stormtroopers. Veterancy 3 Stormtroopers at that. But I'm not sure I can see the Americans coming back from this one unless they do something really, really lucky. That's it, the EC does have very high frontal armor. But there is a Jagdpanzer coming onto the field here. And this thing has a big enough gun. I think it'll pierce through the frontal armor of the EC-8. Oh, Stugatz, you got a good shot there. And that might be the end of the EC-8. Yep. Now the Germans just need to destroy the base buildings, that's really it. I guess we can skip forward a bit, because I'm not sure the Americans can do much at this point. Got a command Sherman arriving. Honestly though, how are the Americans gonna do anything here? Yeah. Jagdtiger even coming in, wow, okay. Got the Stormtroopers moving up there. Raid assaults. And he just needs to go in and kill the base now. It's really just Professor that's refusing to surrender at this point. As you can see. Hey, I guess he just wants his base to be destroyed instead. Indeed, his base is just being destroyed now. There we go. Well, that was an interesting match. Had some good areas in the mid game, I'd say, but once Q made his breakthrough, I think it was pretty hard for Professor to do anything. I'll see you on the next one, everyone. Bye bye!